opportunities often arise when you put yourself in the room where they happen. To make the most out of your conference and expo experiences, here are the things you should consider. Welcome back to On The Horizon. This is MelRose Michaels. I am your host, and I'm here to share what's worked for me in building my adult creator business to try to make building yours just a little bit easier. Let's get into today's episode. Assembly4 are a collective of sex workers and technologists working to bring the overall cost of advertising down for sex workers through their ad platform Tryst.link, educate clients through the Good Client Guide, and much more. Assembly4 caters to all genders and demographics and raises funds for organizations to fight for sex workers' rights, the decriminalization of sex work, and against exploitation in the sex industry. Learn more at the website assembly4.com for the word, not the number. Ready to supercharge your conference and expo game? Today, we are going to discuss the ultimate secrets to maximize ROI, network like a pro, and skyrocket your adult content creator business. I want to promote one of the newest items that we recently dropped in our shop. We have a new spicy messaging script called The Phone Call, as well as our free Scene Planner PDF download. The spicy messaging script is a paid item in our shop, but there's lots of free resources for download in our shop, including the free Scene Content Planner. Also, wanted to take a second to thank Gwen Bunny Bun for their feedback on our podcast On The Horizon. Her tweet said, "I've been listening to this podcast by SWCEO every day while I work at my job, and it really gives me so much inspiration and actionable ways to move forward and grow. I just want to say thank you." Thank you, Gwen Bunny Bun, for listening in and supporting us. Every time you guys tweet or shout us out, a new creator falls in love with our resources and clicks the follow button. So really, really appreciate all of you. I wanted to deep dive into this topic because, as most of you know, I personally just returned from New Jersey Exotica's Expo. I know that around the time this episode publishes to our podcast, many of you listening will be planning or preparing to attend Expos LA or the AVN convention. Attending conferences and expos can really be a game changer for anyone looking to expand their horizons, grow their business, or connect with their target audience. It's a unique opportunity to network, learn, and make lasting impressions. So for that reason, I wanted to explore the secrets to getting the most out of your conference and expo experiences. Whether you're preparing for a B2B business-to-business event like xbiz, or a B2C business-to-consumer or business-to-customer event like the Exotica Expos, we've got you covered. So before diving into this, I want to consider and explain why it's so crucial to understand the fundamental difference between a B2B and B2C event. So a B2B event, these are conferences and conventions where you can attend panels, seminars, workshops, and learn to grow your business. They offer a platform for networking with other platforms, products, companies, or creators in the industry. So examples of a B2B convention or expo would include something like xbiz. There's panels for you to attend, seminars for you to sit in on, and lots of networking that goes down. This is where meaningful business relationships are formed and long-term opportunities for profit can arise. To make the most of a B2B convention, here are the things you should consider. Bring reliable note-taking methods to capture valuable insights from educational sessions and seminars. I've personally taken handwritten notes at these events. I've typed up memorable insights on my iPhone app, the Notes app, and I've even used the Voice Memo app to record important seminars or panels so that I could revisit them after the workshop has ended or after once the expo has ended, because the hustle and bustle can be distracting from the actual goals or information. Next, you should really consider creating business cards with a QR code that links to all your social media profiles. This simplifies networking and future collaboration planning. I'd personally have a separate business card that you hand out to platforms, company owners, etc., that leaves off your explicit sites, and then keep a second biz card that you give to the creators. That one can include your spicy sites. There's also some cool high-tech solutions to things like this. One of them is called myslink.app, for example. This is a business card or button that you can tap on someone's phone that pulls up all your contact information, socials, or sites. It makes for a pretty tech-savvy impression, and you can even have two separate ones to accommodate your B2B professional side as well as your B2C fan-facing side. If you're enjoying this podcast episode so far, please take one moment to share it with another one of your adult content creator friends, because you know what the rule is here. We do not gatekeep, and we want to make as many adult creators' businesses as easy as possible. And you sharing this episode with them might do exactly that. Thanks so much in advance. When attending these conferences, you should come tested and swabbed in case an opportunity to shoot arises. It's fairly easy to become fast friends with other creators during these conferences. You're going to be in a safe space amongst fellow creators who all share a common goal of wanting to make the most out of their time at this conference. So for this reason, collaboration opportunities arise naturally and without much notice. So being prepared by having a fresh test and swab will allow you to capitalize on these moments and monetize them later. It also helps to offset the cost of attending the conference by creating content that you can sell afterward. Next, you want to consider bringing essential equipment like a tripod, lighting setup, and relevant props such as lingerie or toys if film opportunities do arise, including the opportunity to shoot solo content. You should always consider making time to shoot solo content once you'll have the change of scenery of the hotel room at your disposal. This means you're going to have a new bed and bed frame, a new shower and bathroom, and even possibly a new view outside your hotel window. For me personally, I try to shoot solo content first thing in the morning after I'm in hair and makeup, before the first seminars and panels actually begin. It's a great way to maximize the value of attending the conferences, even though you might not have collaboration opportunities. You should consider doing the same. Now, let's pivot to discussing the B2C events. These conventions and expos provide a platform to meet and interact directly with your fan base. So this is where you're going to offer autographs, to take pictures or sell merchandise. And ultimately, you should have the goal of turning foot traffic into paying subscribers. Examples of B2C events include AVN Expos, Exotica, or X3. This is where you connect with your audience in real time and can instantly monetize your presence. Now, to prepare for a B2C expo and make the most of it, you can consider taking some of these steps. Create business cards with a QR code that links to a free trial of your fan site or your primary content sale platform. This is, again, another place where using the MySlink.app could play a crucial role. Whether you use physical business cards or a form of a digital one, I do highly suggest using a unique free trial link for the QR code on your fan business cards. This way, you can track the number of fans who visit your pages directly due to meeting you at the expo, allowing you a way to gauge the financial ROI of attending the expo to begin with. If you're not an OnlyFans creator, consider creating a tracking link using a tool like bit.ly to see how many clicks your fan site got from attending the expo. It's important to be able to gauge the impact of your attendance at these events, and this is really the only way you can do it. Next, you're going to want to consider bringing a pop-up banner that draws a lot of attention to your booth or table. And, of course, have photos ready for signing. Don't forget to bring Sharpie markers for autographs. I can't tell you how many times I've done this. Ensuring that your booth or table will draw people in is literally 90% of the battle. Remember, there's going to be hundreds of other creators at these events, all vying for the attention of the passerbys. You're going to want to find a way to stand out from the crowd, literally. So make sure you consider this not only in regards to how your booth or table is set up, but also with what your banners look like and even what outfits you decide to wear. If you do sell merchandise, you're going to need to bring it with you to the event. This can be a significant source of revenue and also serves as a lasting souvenir for your fan. You can even leverage merch at your events in exchange for photos or autographs. So, for example, you could say a free photo with every merch purchase. Things like this can help drive merch sales and also get more fans in the merch itself, which, as you all listening know this, will ultimately serve as advertising on your behalf later. Conferences and events hold immense value for adult creators. These events offer unparalleled networking opportunities, allowing you to build relationships with peers, companies, and potential collaborators. The education that comes from the events, being the sessions and workshops you attend, provide insights and knowledge that can help grow your business. It also lets you hear from some of the leaders in the industry about things that are coming into our space so that you kind of have an idea of how to navigate and where things might be going. The B2C events in particular expose you to your target audience, potentially leading to instant monetization and new fan acquisition. All of us here listening know, and everyone in the CEO squad knows, that getting new fans is our biggest pain point. It's hard to drive traffic, shoutouts have become mostly ineffective, and it's just difficult to reach your target audience. So when you attend these B2C events, you are literally in the room with hundreds, if not thousands, of potential subscribers and customers that you have access to. Making sure you make your time count in these places is so important for that reason. With careful preparation and tracking, you can actually measure the tangible financial returns of attending these events. This is why I think it's so important to create tracking links on OnlyFans using their campaign tracking links or free trial links, depending what platform you're on, and at the very least, a bit.ly tracking link so that you can measure the clicks that come from that specific link going to your fan sites or spicy platforms. Being able to measure the ROI from being in person and in contact with your fan base is going to help you decide and plan for future opportunities. So if you can go to an event and you can see that you have a positive ROI and you've earned $1,000 off users that came and subscribed to you from the last event you attended, that's $1,000 worth of revenue that you can put toward attending the next event. Or it tells you that you should budget X amount, say $1,000, to spend at attending future events. This is how you make strategic business decisions and financially plan for the long term in regards to your adult creator business. Now, to maximize your ROI further, there are some things you can do in terms of cost saving, and we're going to talk about those strategies here now. One of the ways you can reduce your costs in attending expos and conventions is by sharing accommodations. So you can reach out to other creators you know and see if they'd be open to sharing either a hotel room or transportation like Ubers or Lyfts to and from dinner or even the evening events so that you can cut down on your spending and your costs. Another way to reduce the costs of attending is with sponsorships. So you can reach out to companies and platforms that you know are attending the events and propose collaboration opportunities that involve you promoting their products, wearing their swag, or whatever other value you can bring while you're there. It's easy to know which companies will be in attendance of these conferences and events because they're usually listed and linked right from the event's website. So all you need to do is take the time to reach out and email them or direct message them on social and try to sell them on the idea of why sponsoring you could be beneficial to their brand, and having you in person at these events can provide them an ROI in return. Now, ultimately, attending conferences and expos can be a really transformative experience for adult content creators. So whether you're focused on the B2B or the B2C events, thorough preparation is going to be key to getting the most out of your attendance. So by following some of these steps and these tips and tricks, you can maximize your ROI, build valuable connections, and propel your adult content creator business to new heights. Remember, the most significant opportunities often arise when you put yourself in the room where they happen. And live events provide precisely that opportunity. As we do wrap up this space, I'd like to mention that we do have new courses coming out soon. 2024 is going to be a huge YouTube push for SWCEO. So again, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please make sure that you do. It's youtube.com/SWCEO, and make sure you have our notifications turned on so that you never miss a course. Huge thank you to everyone who's subscribed to our SWCEO Telegram bot. If you haven't already heard, SWCEO released a Telegram bot that essentially sends you daily adult content inspiration and all of the captions that you need for your feed, PPV locked messages, clip stores, etc. All of the ideas are researched and highly desirable from what your fans are currently seeking, and the captions are optimized with calls to action so that you increase your earning and unlock potential with each caption. We also have started incorporating fetish, dom, and other ideas into the bot. So if you are in the fetish or dom community, you have valuable captions coming through now on the bot as well. We're trying to divide it about 50-50. So we have the fetish, kink, and dom stuff, and then we have our regular, more vanilla content inspo and captions. But either way, the Telegram bot will push your daily dose of inspiration to your phone every day around 10 a.m. Central Standard Time so that you no longer have to waste your time researching, planning, or coming up with ideas or captions. The bot's going to take care of all of it. And if you're not an active Telegram user, we do have PDF versions of the content inspo and captions that you can get right now on sexworkceo.com/shop. We recently launched our store website with PDF downloads of the same content, inspo, and captions featured in our Telegram bot. But we have additional downloads there available as well, like unlock sales scripts, sales objection scripts to help you close the deal, and even now sexting scripts that come out weekly. If you head over there right now, you'll also notice that there's PDF downloads there available for you for free. One of them is a 15 solo content ideas and captions that you can claim right now. Another is a free content scene planner. So there's value there even if you do not spend a single dime. So make sure you go over and check it out. Lastly, and most importantly, I do want to emphasize that all of the information we put out here on SWCEO, we do so for free because we believe in this idea that the more financially successful creators are, the more resources we'll have as a community to do things like lobby Congress, impact policy, organize, and more. So if you do find value in the content you heard here today or the tweets you've engaged with, please, please, please consider sharing to make this journey easier for some of your own adult creator friends. Our only ask is that you retweet our stuff so that we can help as many people as humanly possible. Okay, guys, so this brings us to the end of today's space. Huge thank you for all of you who tuned in and listened. Remember that all of these spaces are turned into blog posts and are available over on our website, SWCEO.com. So even when you're tuning in, there's never a need to take notes. Just head on over to our blog in a few days to revisit any of the ideas from today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, CEO Squad, and I will see you all 1 week from now.
It would be absolutely incredible if you rated this podcast 5 stars and left a little review. We want to get this podcast to as many adult creators as possible, and you taking a second to leave a couple stars and a review really helps us do that. Thanks so much. Assembly 4 are a collective of sex workers and technologists working to bring the overall cost of advertising down for sex workers through their ad platform Tryst.link, educate clients through the Good Client Guide, and much more. Assembly 4 caters to all genders and demographics and raises funds for organizations to fight for sex workers' rights, the decriminalization of sex work, and against exploitation in the sex industry. Learn more at the website assembly4.com for the word, not the number.